If you felt like last year was the year of tech sticker shock, you weren't alone. Many of the biggest names in the game, Samsung included, decided it was time to bump up prices on their latest and greatest gadgets. That trend hit hard, especially if you were eyeing a shiny new foldable. But in an interesting twist, 2025 is shaping up to be a bit more wallet-friendly, at least for now. Even with new tariffs introduced this year by President Trump, Samsung has apparently decided to hold off on another round of price hikes for its foldable flagships. And if you're someone who's been eyeing the Galaxy Z Fold 7 or Z Flip 7, that's some much-needed good news. According to a recent post by tipster Panda Flash Pro on X, Samsung isn't planning a big pricing shakeup this year. In their words, few countries will get price increases, while most of markets will keep prices similar to the previous ones. The leaker didn't go into detail about which countries might be hit with higher prices, but the post ended with what looks like the expected US pricing. $18.99 for the Z Fold 7 and $10.99 for the Z Flip 7. That's the same price the Z Fold 6 and Flip 6 launched at in 2024. For context, last year's models each saw a $100 price bump, which disappointed fans and critics alike. So keeping things steady in 2025 feels like a small win, especially with inflation, tariffs, and general tech FOMO always lurking around. Of course, no foldable conversation is complete without talking about cameras, and Panda Flash Pro didn't disappoint here either. The Z Fold 7 is expected to bring a familiar but refined setup when it comes to its shooters. Here's what's rumored so far. 1x wide camera, 0.6x ultra-wide lens, 2x optical quality zoom, 3x optical zoom, 10x, 20x, and 30x digital zoom. As usual, the usefulness beyond 10x is debatable, but it's nice to have options, right? Overall, this setup sounds like a slight evolution rather than a revolution. But if Samsung fine-tunes the software, like it often does, we could be looking at a noticeable bump in real-world photo quality. Now for the nerdier side of the news, wireless charging. A new listing from the Wireless Power Consortium dropped some unexpected hints about the Z Fold and Flip 7. According to this listing, Samsung's upcoming foldables will feature Qi 2.1 support. Well, it is the next evolution of the wireless charging standard. It adds things like magnetic alignment, think MagSafe on iPhones, for better connection and faster, more reliable charging. But here's the catch. This support may not be fully baked in. Instead of building magnets directly into the phone, like Apple does, Samsung might just be making the Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 Qi 2 ready. That means they'll work with third-party cases that include a magnetic ring, rather than including that feature natively in the phone's design. This approach helps maintain that slim foldable profile, but it's not quite the MagSafe level convenience we were hoping for. The model number listed SMD 637U doesn't follow Samsung's usual naming pattern. But if you dig into past WTC filings, you'll find similarly odd model numbers were used for previous foldables, like the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and the Z Fold Special Edition. So it's pretty safe to say we're looking at a legit listing for the Z Fold 7. And even though this Qi 2 support might not be the most exciting thing at first glance, it's actually a big deal in the foldable world. Wireless charging on foldables has always been a bit quirky, to put it nicely. This new standard could bring more consistency and compatibility across accessories. All signs point to early July for Samsung's next Galaxy Unpacked event. That's where we expect to officially meet the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7, and maybe even get a sneak peek at One UI 8, which will be based on Android 16. This could be one of the most feature-packed Unpacked events yet, especially if Samsung throws in some surprises, new wearables, updated tablets, or maybe even a tease of something more experimental. Between more stable pricing, modest camera improvements, and baby steps toward better wireless charging, the Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7 are shaping up to be strong, if not groundbreaking, follow-ups to last year's models. Samsung seems to be focusing on refinement and polishing the user experience rather than rewriting the rulebook, and honestly, that might be the right call for foldables in 2025. So now it's your turn. What are you most excited about? The new cameras, Qi 2 support, or just happy the price didn't go up? Let me know down in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Until then, stay curious, stay techie.